26-year-old Tyler Cranston from Canada, 7th after the compulsories.
And the most exotic skater I think that I've ever seen is John Curry. Is the most elegant. This is the most exotic, the most bizarre, the most unusual and extraordinary stylist I think I've ever seen. First move, a double axel. Here it is. Good one. Next one is his triple double jump combination. Here it is. First a triple salchow into a double toe loop. Nice.
Tyler Cranston, 9th on the 1972 Olympic Games, 6-time Canadian champion.
Beautiful positions on the ice, extraordinary extensions. Combination spin, stiff spin, beautiful position.
We're in the men's short program competition with free skating left on Wednesday, and Dick right here in the middle. This is just great and close competition.
Single axle jump. Great step combination. Look at the flare in this.
An artist on and off the ice. Quite a painter.
Look at the position in this camel.
Skating to Strauss's graduation ball.
He comes into this competition in 7th place. He's got to put on a performance like this. Flying camel. Little bobble right at the end, but a really outstanding performance.
Crowd pleasing. Oh, John Curry is the dancer of figure skating. The artist of figure skating has just completed the short program.
The great thing that he does is bring an unusual, extraordinary, almost exotic approach to it, in contrast to John Curry, who is strictly classical. It's almost like comparing folk art with classical dance. Here is slow motion now in his very last move, a running, so-called running flying camel. There's the flying part, and here's the back camel position. It's very solid, very steady in this. Wonderful spinner. With changing arm positions which don't affect the solidity of the spin. That's what the judges are looking for. Okay. Here's the first set of marks now for Tyler Cranston. Very, very good. 5'9", 5'8". Judge number 4 from Czechoslovakia gave him a 5'7", and of course Judge number 9 from East Germany a 5'7". But all the rest very high, and that should show that he will be pulling up from the 7th place position that he is at the moment in. Very, very, very good mark. Those are the equivalent, if not better. I can't quite tell with John Curry. And there is no doubt about the fact that Tyler Cranston will be pulling himself up into contention with this set.
Stadium, 20-year-old Jan Hoffman of East Germany, former European and world champion.
The marks, of course, for Kovalev were not high enough to pull him up over John Curry. 5'4s and 5'4s and 5'5s in the early part, up to a 5'7, primarily 5'5 and 5'6. The second set of marks ranged all the way from 5'4 to 5'9, but not generally high enough to pull him up.
Jan Hoffman skating to Fire Dance. Born in Dresden, moved to the Karl Marx Stadt.
Now this is a boy who has extraordinary spring in his jump. A great jumper. He's improved his style somewhat over the last year, but still isn't great. That was a triple and double toe loop combination. And now a very fast change sit spin.
Tremendous athlete from East Germany.
What he lacks in style and position and musical interpretation, he makes up for in the spring in his jumps. A double axel, and he fell out of that. I'm afraid that's going to be a thing that is going to knock him right down in this element, in this part of the competition, that'll further cement John Curry's position.
Skated at 12 years of age in the 68 Olympics at Grenoble, seen here on ABC. He was 26.
Just to show you how this competition is seesawing, he was first after the first two figures and dropped to fourth by the end of the third because of a poor performance. And here's his last move, a flying camel.
Jan Hoffman from East Germany, 20 years old, fourth after the compulsories. Has two-thirds now of the competition over for the men's medals in the Olympic Games, and a slow motion study now of Jan.
Here is it now as he steps up into his double axel jump. Watch him step on the right foot, a forward outside edge, go straight up into the air, and make one of the fewest times. He started to come apart there. For some reason, I'll never know. He is one of the most consistent of all skaters, and very seldom makes a mistake, and that is unusual for him. Okay, here are the first set of marks, and they look, frankly, to be disastrous. Judge number one from Dr. Suzanne Morrow Francis of Canada. The rest all 5.3, 5.4, 5.5s, and 5.7s. Well, those are pretty poor marks for him to be able to pull up in any way, shape, or form. We see on our picture Dr. Suzanne Morrow Francis of Canada. She is judge number one who gave that low mark. Here's the second set of marks, 5.6s, 5.7, 5.8. Those are very good marks. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised at that because his artistic impression.
You're looking at the current European champion of Britain who lives and trains in the United States, John Curry.
And the most elegant skater I have ever seen. He has got to make these moves. First, a triple toe loop. Here it is. Stepping up into a double toe loop, and that was a beauty. Look at the style and the position with which he does these moves. Here now, a change system. Look at that position. That is superb. Changing to a back position. 5 revolutions. He's got a full 5-1 there. No cheating on that score.
The music is by Rachmaninoff.
Next move. Look at the line as he steps into an axel. With a changing arm position. Slight trip there caused by the end of the ice. He got too close to the board. That will not cause any markdown. Look at these steps. Straight line sequence. That is one of the 7 moves right there. Nice stepping into a forward camel. Control and position and style. Changing into a sit spin. Only one move left, a double axel. Look at that position.
The artistic style of John Curry,
beautiful
European
performance.
champion. Isn't that great, Dick?
One thing about this young man is that until this year, he has never been able to pull it all together between the years. Suddenly, he's taken on a course in learning to discipline his emotions, and all of a sudden, for the very first time, he has been able to compete under pressure, to pull himself together in a competitive situation. Here he is, of course, picking up flowers that have been thrown down onto the ice by the audience. Here is slow motion now on his very last movement. For example, this flying camel. No, his double axel. There it is, 2.5 revolutions. Very neat. Look at that position as he comes out of it. See, a jump is never sacrificed. A position is never sacrificed just for the jump. Here he goes into this final flying camel. Look at the position, the stretch of the leg. Now watch him. The standing leg completely flat. He's on the flat of the skate, which is important. Beautiful job. Here's the first set of marks now for John Curry. 5.7s, 5.8s, 5.7s, 5.8s, and a 5.9 from the East German judge. Interesting because one of the closest competitors is Jan Hoffman. These marks are the highest we've seen so far, but they clearly leave plenty of room for others to get higher marks. And there is judge number 9 from East Germany, Wahlberger Grimm.
Oh, here are the marks now for the second set of marks for style and position. 5'8", 5'9". Look at that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Recognizing his skating ability. And I think that we may be seeing the making of an Olympic champion if he can hold it up from here on out.
Now, from the Soviet Union, 23-year-old Vladimir Kovalev. Winner of the Europeans in 1975. He's an open Russian soul, cheerful, lots of fun. Kovalev.
There's his first move at double axel. Nice landing. His technique is not as solid as it could be, but he has a great deal of charisma on the ice, a great deal of flair. Rather imagines himself to be Rudolf Nureyev. First combination, a double Salchow double toe loop. Certainly not in the class that John Curry's triple combination was. Sit spin.
Number 3 after the compulsories, behind Volkov and Curry. Getting to music from Bizet's Carmen.
Not a good first position. Down into a sit spin. Back sit spin. Single axel jump. Nice jump on that.
From the Soviet Union, third after the compulsories in the battle for the medals here in the Olympic Games, Vladimir Kovalev, 23 years old, from Moscow.
He's a young man who has a great deal of flair in his personal life, but doesn't ever seem to have pulled it together technically.
We'll have Vladimir Kovalev's marks soon.